Hey there, home theater fans. My name is Todd Anderson with avnirvana.com, and we are hanging out here at CEDIA 2023 in Mile High City. I'm standing here with Fernando Tomashito for Epson, and we're checking out some really cool stuff behind us. You guys are putting a lot of focus this year on your LS800 short throw projector. Do you want to tell us a little bit about?
Sure, that's correct. So we launched this LS800 last year, actually for 2022 CEDIA, but it was so popular actually we decided to bring it back to the show again. As you can see, we have two demos right in the room. One is a typical living room where we have the LS800 close to the room with our ambient light rejecting screen. Epson engineers actually designed that specifically for the projector. But also we have a second setup which actually has an inverted LS800 on the wall. So we actually brought to the show this year a wall mount bracket that makes you available to make it capable to put the projector out of the way and closer to the wall.
Right. So let's start off with the ambient light rejecting screen, because over there you have a really interesting demo spot set up with some spotlights that are shining down. And really, they have zero effect on the overall contrast level of what your eye is picking up. How does that ambient light projecting screen work? Is it a step design?
Sure. Before talking about just a screen alone, let me explain a little bit about what is the real advantage of Epson. So because we use our proprietary 3-chip 3LCD engine, the projector is very bright. And that's what you need in a ultra short throw, because through our surveys, we know that customers are using these projectors in living spaces where they have a lot of ambient light, daily light. So that's why the projector needs to be bright. But still, you want to have contrast. And that's where the ambient light rejecting screen helps customers. So the ambient light rejecting screen will capture the light coming from beneath, from the projector, but actually will reject all the light coming from above or the surroundings. That means if you have, for example, ceiling lights, you can keep them on because the screen is going to do a good job cutting them and just only showing to you, to the viewer, showing the light that's coming from the bottom, from the ultra short throw projector.
Right on. And then right here behind us, that is not ambient light projecting. That is a straight up white cinema white screen, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Assuming it has like a one gain or...
Yes. So we partner with the Screen Innovations. So they were kind enough to supply to us this pure white screen. That's the gain is 1.3.
Okay,
but,
1.3.
But the reason why we are using ambient light rejecting screen is because in this room we have a lot of ceiling lights.
Yes.
So if we use and invert the ambient light rejecting screen, it will capture all the lights coming from the ceiling.
That makes sense.
And we don't want to cut that. So that's why we can go with a just regular pure screen, white screen, but still, because the gain is high, it's capturing a lot of the light from the projector. And because, again, for the 3-chip 3LCD, the projector is bright enough to provide an amazing picture.
Right. And folks, you can see right up there, the projector is hanging upside down with your bracket system. And one thing you were saying that's interesting is you're one of the few ultra short throws where you can get into the menu system and actually tell it that it's going to be inverted so it can shoot down from the ceiling rather than just up from the floor or tabletop.
I'm not so familiar with how many brands can do this, but in fact, that because at Epson we have a long history supporting schools with ultra short throw projectors as well. Our engineers have all the knowledge to not only put in the system the way to invert the image quickly, but also they have experience making the wall mount brackets for schools. And of course, they need to be safe, they need to be easy to install. So that's why they came up also with a solution for our home entertainment ultra short throw projector. And now we are showing to the CI channel the bracket so that they can also, present more solutions to their customers.
Right. And that bracket is interesting because it puts the projector in the ideal position off the wall for performance. So what you're seeing looks really good, right? I mean, that's why it's better than just trying to mount it up into the ceiling. It also has some controls on it that allow you to adjust the positioning of the projector.
Yes. One thing that many ultra short throw projectors probably is the challenge with them is basically how to define the distance from the projector to the screen or to the wall, right? So you need to be in the perfect distance. Otherwise, you need to use a lot of electronic adjustments to squeeze the image into the screen. Now, we don't want to use too many electric adjustments as well, because you are basically messing the pixels right
Sure.
around the screen.
Sure.
You want to have a more natural look and feel of your image. So that's why first the bracket will help you to identify the right distance from the wall. And once you get that, then we have 3 dials, so you can actually change 3 axles and adjust the image, so you can make it align perfectly to the, or mostly close perfectly to the screen. And the last adjustment, you can use electrical adjustment, so you can square the image perfectly.
And to note, it's a very natural looking image. It's not overly processed. We were talking about this a few minutes ago. For folks that do want to smooth out the image, I mean, do you offer all kinds of motion smoothing options within the menu system? And
Yes, we have a feature called 4K enhancement. So of course, the projector will do the best it can to process the image and also upscale the image if it is not 4K. But at the same time, the process is also trying to smoothen the image, so you can actually have a dial. So you can also, if for example you want to upscale it more, you can choose that. Or actually, if you can want to cut it and with 0, the process also can do that, and you can cut all the processing of the upscaling.
so there's micro adjustments basically on that sliding scale.
Yes, you can do
Oh, that's really nice. And what kind of price point are we talking about with the LS800?
Yes, LS800 MSRP is $34.99. Yes, available, and the bracket alone itself is right now is only available for our commercial distribution channel, and we are right now considering also how we can offer that for the custom installation or custom installer dealer.
Right. So if you're interested in the inverted bracket system, you have to reach out to your CI expert or your dealer.
Yeah, local dealers.
Yeah, local dealers, and they'll be able to help you out with that. That's not something that a consumer has access to right now. But the projector is available now.
Yes.
And or I should say the ultra short throw is available now. And folks, the price point on this, if you go to buy a TV that's this large, you're going to be spending probably double, if not 10 times more, depending on what kind of TV you're going for. So the dollar per diagonal inch there is really high.
Yes, yes. So and also we offer our own Silver Flex ambient light rejecting screen. We have 2 sizes available, 100 and 120 inch. The 100 inch is $2,000, and the 120 inch is $3,000.
Are they sold in packages along with the?
No, we sold them separately.
Okay.
So because I think it's more convenient, the screens are quite big packages, so it's more convenient to sell them separately.
Yes.
Now I also want to highlight that sometimes some retailers are running also promotions when customers buy both together. You can get also discounts for the screen.
Oh, very
So
nice.
something
Okay.
also to know.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, listen, thanks for taking a few minutes to hang out with us today.
Thank you.
And wish you the best of luck over the next day and a half. I know you're going to be very busy.
Yep.
And folks, that's all I have for you right now. Stay tuned for more from CEDIA 2023.